Welcome back, focused learners. Look, if you're managing complex IT environments right now, you already know that keeping everything secure and perfectly synchronized is just a massive headache. It's a constant battle. So today's explainer unpacks a real breakthrough in that exact space. We're going to be looking at a platform that's literally designed to kill infrastructure configuration drift for good.
Okay, let's dive into this. If you are an infrastructure manager or an engineer, tracking down configuration drift across a massive setup is, well, incredibly painful. You're constantly hopping back and forth between different vCenter dashboards, squinting at your screen to compare endless property tabs side by side until your eyes cross. And when that manual approach fails, you're stuck relying on these brittle, custom-written scripts that always seem to break the exact second a vendor updates their API. It's exhausting, it's totally error-prone, and honestly, it's a massive drain on your team's time.
Enter the Operator Plus AI platform. Now, this isn't just another monitoring dashboard to add to the pile. It actually acts as an AI-driven infrastructure auditor, bringing automated comparative reasoning to your entire tech stack. And what makes this solution really stand out is that its capabilities are not siloed into just a single tool. It stops the tedious manual log checking entirely.
Here is exactly how we'll break this down today. Number 1, the manual audit pane. Number 2, meet the Operator Plus platform. Number 3, scaling across your infrastructure. And finally, number 4, human-in-the-loop governance.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the manual audit pane, escaping the tab trap.
We really have to acknowledge the heavy cognitive load on infrastructure teams today. The old way of drift detection, which basically means trying to escape that tab trap, simply doesn't scale anymore. I mean, imagine you're trying to figure out why a new deployment is acting up. In the past, you were forced to painstakingly verify if your new ESXi hosts were running fragmented build numbers. You had to manually check if virtual switch configurations perfectly matched the production environment. You were essentially doing a human version of a diff check across highly complex graphical interfaces. And that perfectly sets up the need for a system that can just perform that automated comparative reasoning for you.
Moving on to Section 2, meet the Operator Plus platform, the engine under the hood.
So you might be wondering, how does this AI actually integrate with your highly secured environments? Well, the magic starts with something called MCP, or Model Context Protocol. Operator Plus connects directly to your infrastructure using verified MCP servers that run right inside your environment. It establishes secure HTTPS connections over standard port 443, and because it's specifically designed to manage multi-endpoint vendor footprints, it completely standardizes how the AI interacts with your infrastructure. It can comfortably query your old and new vCenter instances simultaneously to pull live operational telemetry.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this concept of a universal data adapter. Whether the AI is querying a VMware vCenter, a Cisco switch, or a public cloud instance, this MCP adapter translates those raw asset configurations into a structured format. This means the AI can seamlessly parse, cross-reference, and compare data completely regardless of which vendor's equipment it's actually looking at.
But here's the thing. Structured data alone just isn't enough. The AI needs context, and that is exactly where RAG comes in. Retrieval Augmented Generation acts as an ingestion layer. It connects the AI directly to your internal knowledge bases, your team's wikis, and your GitHub documentation repositories. This is absolutely huge. It means the AI can cross-reference the live state of your deployments against your company's official corporate governance standards. Because of this added context, when you compare an existing golden baseline environment against a newly provisioned one, Operator Plus isn't just running a basic text difference report. It actually understands your deployment standards. It performs a true side-by-side architectural audit to identify even the most subtle configuration variations.
Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 3, scaling across your infrastructure, multi-vendor diagnostics. Let's look at real-world scale, starting with VMware environments. Operator Plus uses that multi-vCenter integration to automatically validate the whole stack. It checks if hosts are missing critical patches, ensures your high availability and DRS settings mirror production perfectly, and even flags subtle discrepancies in active VLAN to VNI mappings, data store paths, or missing guest OS tools.
And it works just as seamlessly for networking and hyper-converged infrastructure. For Cisco or Arista, you simply tell the system, compare Leaf 1 versus Leaf 2. The platform instantly isolates behavioral asymmetries by cross-referencing active routing tables and BGP EVPN session parameters long before a deployment goes live. Or say you're scaling out a Nutanix private cloud. Just run compare NTNX01 and NTNX02 to automatically inspect AOS versions, firmware levels, and capacity allocations to make sure the new node strictly respects your structural rule sets.
And the scale goes right into security and the public cloud. When you deploy a new Palo Alto or Cisco ASA firewall, the platform audits the entire security rule layout, evaluating permitted access paths and NAT policies to catch missing default restrictions. And for public clouds like AWS or Azure, Operator Plus ingests the deployed cloud state over an API. Using that RAG layer we talked about earlier, it pulls your master architectural guides and highlights any deviations in VM sizes, storage tiering, or IAM policies to ensure everything aligns with your official cloud governance standards.
Which brings us to our final and arguably most important part, Section 4, Human-in-the-Loop Governance, the ultimate guardrail.
Now, if you're a risk-averse IT manager, hearing that an AI is hooked right into your core firewalls might understandably make you a bit nervous. So the crucial point is, the AI analyzes telemetry, but a human always executes the fixes. The AI handles the heavy cognitive load of finding the drift, but it will never autonomously modify your infrastructure on its own. The platform's core model remains tightly enforced as a read and report tool, regardless of what you're validating.
And this brilliantly illustrates that exact safe workflow in action. First, the AI pulls the telemetry. Second, it compiles a clear comparison report in seconds, doing all that tedious context aggregation for you. Third, the built-in governance structure allows an operator to instantly generate a tracking ticket, like a Jira issue, complete with suggested remediation paths. And finally, those remediation steps are routed directly to your on-call engineering team for deliberate human approval. It gives your team decision-ready insight instantly, but leaves the final call firmly in your hands. We've seen how Operator Plus eliminates the manual tab trap, scales across your entire environment, and keeps strict human guardrails in place. In fact, if you're an infrastructure manager trying to attract top engineering talent, think about the professional LinkedIn outreach you could write with this. You could say, "Our team just automated our drift audits, eliminated the tab trap entirely, and freed our engineers to do actual, high-level engineering. Come join us." That is a highly resonant, powerful message. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to let AI handle the cognitive load of your infrastructure drift? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.